Welcome back to the AI 101 series. So far, we've established that AI is best thought of as a teammate, and you've made the crucial decision to start with one primary tool, ChatGPT. You've signed up, you're ready to go, and now you're staring at a blank chat window thinking, now what? And that brings us to session 3. We're going to talk about the art of AI conversation. This is going to be really simple, but this is where the real work and the real fun begins. Many people get frustrated with AI because they treat it just like a search engine. They ask a simple question, get a generic answer, and walk away disappointed. But you're not going to do that, right? Because in this session, I'm going to teach you 3 foundational principles for having a productive conversation with your AI teammate. So, principle number 1, remember garbage in, garbage out. The first principle is one you've heard before, and it's never been more true than with AI. Garbage in, garbage out. Your AI teammate is incredibly powerful, incredibly capable, but it's not a mind reader. The quality of the answers you get is directly tied to the quality of the questions you ask. And I see this all the time with leaders and their executive assistants. A leader will give a vague, one-sentence instruction and then get frustrated when the result isn't what they pictured in their head. The problem is, it wasn't the assistant's performance, it was the leader's lack of clarity. Well, you're the director of this conversation. If you simply ask, write a blog post about productivity, you're going to get some generic, uninspired article that sounds like it was written by a robot, because it was. Your job is to provide the vision, the context, and the specific details that will lead to a great result. And that leads directly to principle number 2. Provide context up front. This is the single biggest thing you can do to immediately improve the quality of your AI's output. So before you tell it what to do, you need to tell it who to be and what it needs to know. So let's go back to that blog post example. Instead of that generic request, imagine starting the conversation like this. You are an expert content creator who specializes in writing blog posts for busy entrepreneurs. I'm writing a blog post with the goal of helping them reclaim time in their week. The tone should be encouraging, practical, and a little bit witty. The audience is overwhelmed and looking for simple, actionable advice. Before you write the blog post, please provide 5 potential titles for a blog post on this topic. Now, do you see the difference? In that one paragraph, you've given the AI a role, a goal, and a specific tone, and a clear description of the target audience. You set the stage for a much more focused and relevant conversation. You've moved from being a simple question asker to being a strategic collaborator. And that brings us to principle number 3. Iterate and refine. The first draft, and trust me on this, I've written 15 books. The first draft is never the final draft. The real power of AI comes from the back and forth conversation. You should think of the first response you get from your AI teammate as the starting point, not the end point. This is where you really step into your role as the director. You guide the process, one step at a time. Once it gives you those 5 blog post titles, for example, you could say, great, I like number 3 the best. Now let's create an outline for that post. I want an introduction that tells a relatable story, 3 main points, and a conclusion that challenges the reader to take one specific action. So then after it gives you the outline, you can refine it further. That's a good start. But can you make the second point more focused on delegation? Or can you suggest a personal story that I could tell in the introduction? This iterative process, this conversation, is how you transform a generic piece of content into something that is uniquely yours. You're not just talking about what it gives you, you're shaping it, you're guiding it, and you're infusing it with your own expertise and perspective. So to recap, remember, garbage in, garbage out. Always provide context up front and be prepared to iterate and refine. If you can master these 3 simple principles, you'll be miles ahead of most people that are using AI today. So, up next, we'll look at crafting the perfect prompt. And I'll introduce you to a simple, repeatable 4-part framework for crafting the perfect prompt every single time. And by the way, if you're not in the AI Business Lab Mastermind, and if you're interested in learning more, check us out at fullfocus.co/mastermind. See you in the next video.